Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra. Laurie is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. Every year, the sun shifts into Scorpio between October 22nd and 23rd. So we call this Scorpio season. And with it, the collective energy transforms. This is a time of entering the mysteries of death and rebirth and transformation. Libra season is about harmony, balance, and connection. But when Scorpio takes the torch, the tone deepens, the light dims earlier, the veil between worlds, between us and beyond, grows thinner, and nature mirrors death all around us. We see leaves falling, animals prepare for hibernation, and humans instinctively turn inward. This transition is not just seasonal, it's archetypal. Scorpio season is a portal, an energetic doorway into mystery, transformation, and, more importantly, renewal. It invites us to face the uncomfortable truths, the hidden emotions, and the cycles of death and rebirth that govern every single layer of our existence. So in today's podcast, let me walk you through the astrological essence of Scorpio season. The symbolism of death and rebirth as spiritual teachers for all of us, the ways transformation calls us, both individually and collectively, practical ways to honor Scorpio energy in October and November, and the lessons of Scorpio's ruling planets, Mars and Pluto. What each zodiac sign can expect as this portal opens, and I will cover every sign individually. So let's dive in first by looking at the archetype of Scorpio, the keeper of the underworld mysteries. Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, and that realm is about intimacy, shared resources, secrets, and power. It's a fixed water sign symbolizing depth, stillness, and intensity. And unlike Cancer, which is the nurturer, or Pisces, which creates flow, Scorpio penetrates deep. It wants to know what lies beneath the surface. And traditionally, it's ruled by Mars, and in modern astrology by Pluto. Scorpio carries the dual charge of action and transformation. The action of Mars and the transformation of Pluto. The will to cut through illusion, that's also Mars, and the cosmic push to evolve beyond limits, that's Pluto. There's 3 signs or 3 symbols that represent Scorpio's path: the scorpion, the instinctual, self-defensive and reactive, the eagle, the visionary that rises above and sees truth from a higher vantage point, and the phoenix, the ultimate transformation of death, fire, and rebirth into radiant new form, the rise of the phoenix. So during Scorpio season, we are all invited to move through these phases. First, to confront fears, then to seek truth, and finally to rise renewed. Sometimes we linger or feel stuck in one of these cycles, but the universe will continue to hold us where we need to be held and release us when we are complete, not before or after. This is flow versus force, and that's an important thing to remember. So remember the sting of the scorpion, the vision, the rise, and the seeing above from the eagle, and the transformation of the phoenix. Now, many fear death or Scorpio season, but if we look at death as a teacher and what nature reveals in autumn or as the seasons change, as the sun moves through Scorpio, we witness literal death in nature, trees shed leaves, fields are harvested, and the days are shortened into darkness. But this death is not an end, and we know that. It's preparation. The fallen leaves become soil. They transform into something else. Seeds lie dormant, waiting for spring. And what looks like decay is actually the foundation for new life. Spiritually, this season asks, what must die within me for something new to live? Old identities, perhaps, limiting beliefs, relationships, or commitments that have been completed or have simply been expired. Outworn habits and patterns. Scorpio's portal is not about chasing light. It's about respecting the dark as a sacred stage in our growth. Rebirth is never separate from death. They are the same cycle. Scorpio season is not content with surface changes. It insists on profound transformation. Go deep, push further, look again. This is why Scorpio energy often feels so intense or even ruthless. It strips us bare so that when we emerge, we are truly reborn and not just rearranged. No surface stuff. This is letting the universe guide and support you for the depth that you go. Rebirth during this season may look like a breakthrough after a period of extensive loss, a deeper intimacy that's forged after purity and honesty, a spiritual awakening after confronting shadow, or a renewal of purpose after leaving behind what is false. The key here is surrender. You cannot cling to the ashes and rise as the phoenix at the same time. Transformation, or the alchemy of the soul and the heart of Scorpio season, is transformation. It is the alchemy of turning pain into wisdom, fear into strength, and endings into beginnings. In astrology, the 8th house, which is Scorpio's domain, governs shared resources, sex, death, and regeneration. All themes that demand vulnerability and trust. Transformation is never solitary. It asks us to engage with others, with mystery, with forces that are larger than ourselves. And transformation is uncomfortable because it dissolves what we thought was permanent. Yet every time we let go, we expand. Scorpio season teaches that transformation is not betrayal of who we were. It's really loyalty to who we are becoming. And Mars and Pluto, those co-rulers of Scorpio, well, Mars, the warrior within, brings Scorpio's determination, passion, and drive. In Scorpio's waters, Mars becomes strategic and relentless. It helps us act with precision, not haste. And Pluto, the Lord of transformation, magnifies the depth. It rules over endings, shadow work, and rebirth. And where Pluto touches, nothing remains the same. It demands we release illusions and confront the truth. And together, Mars and Pluto create this potent cocktail, the perfect space, the courage to act, and the inevitability of transformation. Now, the portal opens late October. As the sun enters Scorpio around October 22nd, 23rd, we step through the portal, and the weeks that follow are infused with intensity. We begin to feel it leading up to this point, but the weeks or the time after includes Halloween, Samhain, October 31st, the veil between worlds thin. Ancestors and guides are more accessible. The fixed water energy allow our emotions to run deep, and intuition heightens. Collective shadow work brings secrets from below to the surface globally and personally. It's no coincidence that many cultures honor the dead at this time. This portal invites us to honor cycles larger than life itself. We've been working on healing deep, deep ancestral wounds, and our ancestors honor us for this work in our lineage. So what might be some ways to honor Scorpio season? Though Scorpio season is mystical, integration does require grounded practices, such as shadow work. Write down your fears, your resentments, your patterns that you feel control you. Bring them to light with compassion, with grace, and not judgment. Ancestral connection. This is create an altar or a space with photos and heirlooms and symbols of your ancestors and offer gratitude for their guidance. They will continue to help and guide you on your journey. And a ceremony for release. Burning or burying symbols of what you're ready to release. Scorpio thrives on ritual closure and deep conversations. Lean into intimacy, into vulnerability. Share truths you've hidden. Scorpio season thrives on authenticity. And of course, nature immersion. Spend time observing the cycle of death in nature. Let it remind you of your own cycles. Now, collective themes of Scorpio season of 2025 arrives just after September's eclipses, meaning that the portal is extra charged. October is not only about transformation, it's about integrating eclipse revelations through Scorpio's depth. In collective ways, we may see this as conversations around mortality, health, or our legacy. Power struggles in politics or leadership. Collective grief resurfacing or surfacing anew. Alongside collective healing, there's also renewed attention to resources such as money, energy, climate. Scorpio demands accountability. The power must be used wisely or it will self-destruct. So let's take a look at what each sign might experience at this time. And what might be important is listening to your sun sign as well as your rising sign. So let's start with Aries. Your theme is transformation and transforming partnerships, learning to share power and deep intimacy without fear. And Taurus, your theme is about daily routines as gateways to transformation. Health and service becomes practical spiritual practices. And Gemini, your theme is creative rebirth, play, art, and romance as paths to regeneration. And Cancer, your theme is about healing family roots, honoring ancestors, and redefining home as sacred ground. And Leo, your theme is truth in communication, speaking from the soul and cutting through superficiality. And Virgo, your theme is releasing scarcity, transforming finances and values to align with self-worth. And Libra, your theme is identity rebirth. Scorpio season reshapes how you see yourself and how others see you also. And Scorpio, your theme is a full renewal of self. This is your season of rebirth, so step boldly into the phoenix fire. And Sagittarius, your theme is spiritual surrender. Shadow work, dream work, and karmic endings prepare for renewal. Capricorn theme, soulful community, building authentic networks and letting false ties dissolve. Aquarius, your theme is career transformation, rebirth of purpose, and recognition aligned with true calling. Pisces, your theme is expanding beliefs, shedding outdated philosophies, and embracing new spiritual horizons. And for all of us, Scorpio season rules intimacy and relationships. We often feel the most pressure there, and this is the time when hidden truths surface. Trust is tested, and deep connections are forged through vulnerability. For some, it will mean endings, and for others, profound renewal. Scorpio does not tolerate shallow ties. Relationships either deepen or they dissolve. The greatest gift of Scorpio season is its unapologetic embrace of the unknown. Mystery is not to be feared but revered. It teaches humility. We cannot control everything. It teaches faith, rebirth, that always follows death. And by walking willingly into Scorpio's portal, we honor the truth that life is cyclical, not linear. Every ending is a beginning in disguise. Scorpio season is not soft or gentle, but it's profoundly sacred. It asks us to stop pretending, but to confront shadow, to honor death, and to rise renewed. So as you move through late October and into November, please remember, death is not the end, but transformation's doorway. And the phoenix rises only by surrendering to the fire. And your power is not in controlling something, but being in authenticity and having courage to go where the universe is leading you, to let go of the things that the universe is encouraging you to release. The Scorpio season portal is not just astrological. It is a rite of passage. I invite you to step through with reverence because you will emerge with deeper truth, deeper understanding, fiercer clarity, and certainly a soul burning brighter than ever before. Thank you for joining me today, and to all my incredible listeners around the globe, now in 134 countries. I want to send you my deepest gratitude. Your energy, your curiosity, and your openness to the messages of the universe truly makes this community shine. I'm also incredibly excited to share some wonderful news. My new book, Messages from the Universe, is now available. This book is a collection of divine insights, teachings, and stories from the realms of spirit, nature, and the unseen world. It's written to help you understand the energetic language of the universe, how to speak to you through signs, synchronicities, and the natural world around you. You can find Messages from the Universe everywhere books are sold, including Amazon, and at my website, yourlifecore.com, where you may also learn about more of my upcoming events, other books I have, including another book that will be released later this year, my classes, and of course, retreats. And until next time, please remember, everything in this life is a conversation between your soul and the universe. I'm Laurie Wondra. Thank you for listening. Thank you for shining. And thank you for walking this beautiful journey with me.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Laurie Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to her monthly newsletter. Laurie also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.